Tuesday at 7 p.m. and we're watching Happy Days. My dad still isn't home from work. He never waits until TGIF to drink. He drinks every day, and every night is a crapshoot. This is how I manage my panic attacks. At 13, I don't have a name for them. I only know that my heart is racing and I'm on pins and needles. Instinctively, I tell myself, just keep breathing. I'm already a private eye. I evaluate the situation every evening to prepare for my dad's arrival. The time frame in which he comes home determines how the night will end. It's 8 p.m. and we've just finished watching Laverne and Shirley. My brother and I feel the stress building. My mom just wrapped up Dad's dinner and she's pissed. We live in a trailer. My mom tries to make it as cozy as possible, but it's never safe. Since 11, I've been sleeping on this pull-out couch in the living room. We inherited it from my great aunt. Up until 6, I had my own room with this cute little white twin bed. It was decorated in all pink, my favorite color. It was tiny, but it was safe. But then my brother arrived, and he slept in my mom and dad's room in a bassinet for the first year, and then he moved into my room. And we shared that twin bed until I was 11. It's 9 p.m., and we're waiting for my favorite show to come on, Family. I love that show. Dad is missing in action. The Lawrences are an upper middle class family. They have 2 kids, Buddy and Willie, and Christy McNichol is Buddy. It's a nice family drama. They have issues, but there's no screaming and yelling to resolve them. And I don't remember anybody ever throwing anything. Well, maybe Buddy threw herself on the bed a few times, but that was it. I wanted to be in their family and have a house like them. It's 9:30 and Dad's still not home. My trimmers start. At 10 p.m., family ends and my mom is in a mad rush to get us ready for bed, knowing that my dad will come home unhinged. We are awaiting inspection. At 10:10, we hear my dad's Blazer barreling into the trailer court, wheels spinning across the loose gravel, and I watch him park as I peek out the kitchen window through the curtain to gauge what might happen next. He almost hits the redwood fence. Yeah, he's loaded. Now, loaded could be 2 definitions for JY80. That's my dad's nickname. Loaded could be him running into the room and yelling, "Hotsy Totsy," and being a happy camper. Or loaded could be drill sergeant. "You don't try hard enough." That was typically his go-to. Tonight, my dad demands I tell him the definition of perseverance as he spits in my face. He's channeling his favorite movie, The Great Santini. Santini is a Marine Corps commander. And my dad looks at me and says, "I want you to look at me as if I were God, because as long as you live under my roof, I am. Give me 20. He means 20 push-ups. These weekly and sometimes nightly military exercises went on for years. But with every push-up, I got stronger. And in my heart of hearts, I knew that I deserved to have a better life and a safe place to live in. I wasn't going to have Buddy's family or her house, but there had to be something better than this. When I went away to college, for the first time, I slept safe and sound. I had a twin bed, go figure, and I was in a triple dorm room, but it was heaven on earth. I graduate college, come to Chicago, and begin to build a life here, creating my version of home. I'm now 26, and it's early May. My partner and I are renting in Forest Park, And on our nightly walk, we walk past our neighbor's house, and we tell them that we want to buy a home soon. And they said the house right next to them is going on the market, and they know the realtor. Now this house on Harvard Street had a really big yard, and for the last 2 years, every time I've walked by it, I mentioned how much I love it. So I called the realtor, set it up to go. She says that the owners have moved out east, and that they are motivated to sell, which was news to my ears. The following Saturday we walked in, and I knew I was home. The house has the most beautiful maple wood floors, and it has in the kitchen these old-fashioned cabinets that I could store all my tchotchkes in. It was built in 1914, and it smells like my grandma's. The renters were baking something as we came in. Growing up, my grandma's house was my safe place. She was always baking pies, so I immediately felt her presence. The house needs some work. It's dated, but the woodwork throughout reminds me of the Chinese medicine that I've been studying. I love wood, and wood represents the energy of growth and vision. And I have a vision. My vision is to own this house. My heart speeds up, but now in a good way. We determined the minimum down payment we could make to buy this house, and it was 3% at the time. Imagine that. We scrambled to raise the money. The sellers accepted our offer, and we couldn't wait to move in. From start to finish, it took us 5 days to buy that house. Now, there was only one caveat, and that was that the renters were in the house until July. This was May. So we're going to have to spend the whole summer not in the house of my dreams. But we had just completed a personal development program that taught us we could do anything, and we manifested this house. So throughout the summer, sometimes late at night, we would walk around the block, sit on the concrete stairs of the apartment building across from our new house and just stare. We'd think about what it would be like to go inside, to go up the stairs, to decorate it. We stalked those poor renters that summer. On move-in day, our Harvard house was everything we remembered from the first walkthrough. It's been 30 years now, and I've always referred to the house as she. She outlasted my 18-year relationship and helped me raise my son, who's 21. Her kitchen is warm and inviting and inspires me to bake. My grandma's favorite pie was an old-fashioned deep dish apple pie with this lattice top crust, and you would make homemade caramel and you pour it over it and then you bake the pie. If a pie could change your life, it would be this pie. My house has hosted more Halloween and dinner parties than most of her house friends. She hasn't hosted as many as Martha Stewart, but she still thinks there's time to pass Martha Stewart. At 3, my son's favorite thing to do was butt paint. You know, it's like finger painting, but with your butt. Some days I walk into the kitchen and I'm still reminded of his butt painting. And you may be asking yourself, why did you do that in the kitchen? I don't know. I don't have answers to everything. I've created fairy gardens and paths throughout the yard, and it's a magical place. And I can't imagine ever leaving her. She's like a soulmate. She makes me better. Whenever I turn off Harlem Avenue onto Harvard Street, I always feel like everything will be okay. Knowing she's only a few blocks away now, I'm almost home. Her front porch has this big peace sign with these old-fashioned light bulbs, and I keep it on 24/7 because spreading peace is a full-time job. She's given me so many beautiful moments and witnessed all the feels. I've lived on Harvard Street for over 11,000 days now, and I'm happy to report that I've never even done one push-up in that house. I am home.